Why didn't I go acoustic on that? I did not feel like taking it out of the case. That is literally the only reason. But, Bruins fans, I think you know what time it is. It is time to hug it out. Because that is a 3-2 victory over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Welcome back to Into the Den, everybody. And holy crap, this was a game. This was a game. This was honestly probably the most evenly matched game that the Bruins have had all season. Yes, the game against Florida existed, and that game was really, really good. That this game is like maybe just a little bit more evenly matched than that Florida game. I still think that the Bruins are a little bit better than Florida. Toronto is sort of that team where every time they play nowadays, you truly do not know where it's going to go. You really don't. And to be fair, we didn't know where half our defense was. Because, actually no, we did know where half our defense was. Is they were not playing. Because we are out Matt Grzelcyk on an injury that has put him on an IR for the next few weeks. Charlie McAvoy, who thanks to that side swipe on Oliver Ekman-Larsson, is being suspended for 4 games. This was the first game of that 4-game suspension. He is appealing it as is customary. I don't know if that appeal is going to go through. And third of all, we have Derek Forbort, who was out with an undisclosed injury. So tonight we had Ian Mitchell in the lineup again. I'm tired of talking about him. I'm tired of discussing Ian Mitchell. We had Parker Wotherspoon making his Bruins debut, his 13th game in his NHL career, and the one that we've been waiting for, Mason frickin' Lohrei. Lohrei, by the way, ticking off the box for Louisiana. We are now down to 8 states in the entire United States of America that have not had a single player play for them. So in terms of this game, how did this game go? This game went really, really well. At puck drop, first of all, like, comment, and subscribe. Just gotta remember that. At puck drop, the Bruins honestly, they're going toe-to-toe primarily with the Leafs' depth. The first thing that you notice is for the first 15 minutes of this game is that it's not the usual suspects. It's not Matthews. It's not Nylander. It's not Tavares. It's not even really Riley or even Brody generating a lot of the buzz. It's guys like Pontus Holmberg, Legasson, whatever the hell his name is, Ryan Reeves, Matthew Nyes. They're the ones who are driving much of the attention in the first 15 minutes of the game. Now all is going well for both teams. They're going toe to toe with each other until about 17 minutes into the first period. Despite driving the puck deep into their zone, on the puck ends up back at the blue line, and thanks to Danton Heinen, intentionally, by the way. Danton Heinen was just getting converged on by like half the Leafs defense, and the puck ends up on Lohrei's stick. Lohrei passes to Carlo. Carlo with with a good amount of patience, waits to find Zaka right up the slot, and oh my god, I love him for finding this seam. I love Brandon Carlo for finding this seam, and Zaka just blasts it right past Ilya Samsonov. Fantastic shot to put the Bruins up 1-0. And then, oh man. This is where the bulk of the conversation about this game is going to end up. This is the headline for this game is not going to be, oh man, the Bruins have won 9 out of 10, and the Bruins have won 9 out of 10. Oh man, the Bruins are on a freaking heater. They're on the best start of their entire franchise. No, the bulk of the conversation about this game is going to end up on covering what happened in the last minute of this first period, because it is in a puck battle towards the in a puck battle. Brad Marchand is driving, and Leafs defenseman Timothy Liljegren is coming up right behind him to try and engage with it. Marchand is putting his stick out to try and block off Liljegren and to get the puck, and a freak and Liljegren gets positioned in a way in which this ends up being a trip that does not get called. Here's the thing. People are going to want some sort of fine or suspension out of Marchand for this one. And like their defense that there was no penalty on this one is always going to be that Wes McCauley hates the Leafs, which he very well may. He very well may. I don't know. I know that Wes McCauley never really calls Leafs games the way he should, and I can admit that. I can admit that Wes McCauley is not really the great at judging Leafs games. This should have been a tripping. This should have been a tripping penalty. This should not have been a. This shouldn't have been a suspension. This shouldn't have been This shouldn't be a fine. This probably shouldn't even be a 5-minute major. This should be a 2-minute minor, though. Oh, Marchand's stick clearly gets in between Liljegren's skates. Liljegren ends up falling as a result. And just as an added bonus, there is just a tiny bit of a slew foot from Marchand. There should be a penalty there. There should be a penalty there. And understandably, all of the Leafs players, except for Tyler Bertuzzi, all of the Leafs players are pissed at Marchand. And again, it's very understandable. But also, it is kind of funny that Bertuzzi is not mad there. Into the second period we go. And right off the bat, the Bruins are coming out swinging. And Jake DeBrusk, what slump? What slump are you guys talking about with this guy? I don't see a slump. I see him forechecking up to Marchand. Marchand and putting it right on Samsonov. Samsonov doing a kick save, and DeBrusk as the trailer just putting it past him for the to put the Bruins up 2-0 and pot, if I'm not mistaken, his first of the season. And Leafs fans, do not get too unhappy about the missed call on Marchand because let's be honest, McCauley ends up fixing his mistake just a little bit by calling admittedly a bullshit tripping penalty on freaking Pasternak. It wasn't really that bad. It was not that much of a trip, but ultimately, what we learned from this one is that Jeremy Swayman is our best penalty killer. Oh my God, Swayman! Swayman tonight was impeccable. Swayman tonight, he was amazing, incredible. And honestly, I don't know who's getting the game puck in that Bruins locker room right now. It should be Swayman. It should be Jeremy Swayman. Oh, but what about the 2 goals he let in? We'll get to that. We will get to that. Right now, actually. First goal. Honestly, both of these goals come off of pretty bad turnovers. But this first goal sees Carlo just overcommitting a little bit on Marner. You do kind of want to see Carlo slow down a little bit so that he can be more effectively in Marner's way instead of just driving by him and being like, oh, damn it. Marner, he's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Marner, that's hard to put on anybody. Marner is just that good. So it's 2-1 Bruins, and so we don't think too much of it until 63 seconds later. You want to talk comeuppance for Marchand, and there we go. His number is the amount of seconds between both Leafs goals. A drive onto Swayman and ends up getting blocked. Shattenkirk goes behind the net to try and corral it. He ends up putting it right. He ends up turning it right over, and who's there to grab it? Freaking Calle Jarnkrok, who puts it right to Austin Matthews to tie the game at 2. Oh, that was a little bit frustrating. That was frustrating. And honestly, what was a little bit frustrating is for the rest of the period, and honestly for the entire game, Patra was not really doing amazing. I would have loved to see a little bit more from Patra. I understand it's only game 10. There's still 72 games left in the season for him. Do want to see him playing a little bit more on that one. But in any case, that really there's really not much else. Actually, no, there is. Brandon Carlo, just completely pummeling Pontus Holmberg to the ground, and he gets 2 minutes for that, understandably. And guess what? The Bruins kill it perfectly. Yes, we do have a little bit too much time in our own zone, and that ends up being a little bit frustrating. But at the same time, we're man down, and Jeremy Swayman is just Jeremy Swayman. Like I said, he is our best penalty killer, and tonight proved it. He was incredible. Well, but that really takes us to the end of the second, and now into the third. The third period is just where everything decides to go to shit. We end up being what is it? Even on a power play, even on our first power play, which comes from Pontus Holmberg interfering against DeBrusque, Bruins cannot really get anything going. Honestly, whoever our power play coach is, we need to fire him and replace him, because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of our power play being this ineffective. It's frustrating. It is frustrating. Especially because, but what's also frustrating is Pastrnak. Oh my god, I love David Pastrnak. There's nothing that is going to make me not love David Pastrnak unless he does something absolutely abhorrent. But in any case, in terms of on ice production, there's nothing that is going to make me not love David Pastrnak. He needs to connect. Oh my god, he had so many shots from that he had so many shots from that left face-off dot. And on ESPN during their absolutely terrible commentary, we had like a little bit of a chyron going of like David Pastrnak since 2021 has had 25 goals from that left face-off dot, more than any other player here.
Then score some right now!
Oh my god. It was It was annoying. Pasternak was frustrating in that game. Pasternak was frustrating there. But neither team scores, and we head to OT. And in OT, we get a little bit of 88 on 88 violence. And William Nylander, noted friend of David Pasternak, just completely decides to murk Pasta and just decides to murk the hell out of Pasternak, and he goes to the box. And even in OT, even in a 4-on-3 situation, we cannot get shit going on our power play. I would have loved to see. I mean, to start overtime, we're doing great. Marchand almost had a fantastic goal. Well, I would have loved to see Marchand finish this game. I would have loved to see Marchand pot the OT winner. It would have been amazing. It would have been a perfect dose of poetic justice. But my God, dude, this power play, it's garbage. It's so bad. And as a result, well, we end up going to a shootout, which a lot of my friends on Twitter said thought that we were going to be completely screwed the moment that we went to a shootout. So what happens? Jake DeBrusk looks off of Samsonov enough to where Samsonov thinks he's going into the far side, and ends up top corner short-siding Samsonov. And Coyle, oh my God, the patience on this man. You could have, this man could have read the entirety of Mutual Aid by Peter Kropotkin and still five-hold Samsonov there. He was, oh my God, that was incredible. Just like, he was waiting for Samsonov to mess up, and then just and what does Swayman do in return? He ends up, oh my God, he ends up stoning Nylander and Matthews, and that's how we win. That's how we win. And it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty, but it was fun. It was fun, and that's what hockey is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. And that's what tonight was. And honestly, Lohrei did enough tonight to where I don't see him going back down. I don't see him going back down. I think, honestly, there might be an argument to... I mean, there is an argument to put him on the third pair when everybody's healthy again, and Forbort is our 7th. And that honestly would be the ideal choice. Although I do so badly, I so badly want to see the pairs be Grzelcyk McAvoy, Lindholm Shattenkirk, Lohrei Carlo. That would be cool. I did like the gaggle on the top line, on the top pair there between Lindholm and Shattenkirk. And you know what? It's another nut, and you know what? It's another win against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that's all that we needed to do tonight. And that's going to be it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care.